This episode of Off the Job Podcast is sponsored by Electrical Certificate app.
Need to bash out an EICR before the kettle's boiled? Electrical Certificate app's got your back. Save 30% on your first year with Pod 30. Easy does it.
This episode of Off the Job Podcast is sponsored by FlexiGas.
Welcome to Off the Job. We have a guest episode today. Yeah, special guest. First of all, let's get it right. I'm Pete, and this
I'm Kieran.
We
never do the intro.
And yeah, because we're totally professional on this thing. We have Emma, the Pocket Rocket. Welcome. She is a DIY enthusiast. Are you not?
I am indeed.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, and you're renovating properties, your own rentals, etc. As previously discussed. And you've got a little Instagram page going on showing that and all that. How you start, right? We always start from the beginning, don't we, Kel?
Yeah,
it's a good place to start, isn't it? At the beginning. So, what you're from up north, Derby way, yeah? Is that originally?
Moved around a little bit. So originally from Cheshire, spent most of my adult life in Sheffield, and then 4 years ago moved to Derby. It wasn't really part of the plan.
Right.
It just happened. I was going through a divorce. The house I was buying fell through. Needed somewhere to live. Rented somewhere in Derby because it was a pandemic, and that was all that was available. And I thought, well, it kind of worked for work, it worked for family, it worked for friends. So I just kind of set up camp there for a while. But
so you was at school in Sheffield then?
University.
A university in Sheffield,
yeah.
Right. So what was you doing at university then?
Chemistry.
Ooh.
That's an interesting subject.
Yeah.
I am smarter than I look.
And that threw us right there. What was it? What was
you speak better than us.
Yeah, what was you gonna go? What was you looking at then? Like job, career wise, etc. When you went and chose chemistry, obviously you were looking at that.
Yeah, so I worked in a pharmacy through A-levels, did all sciences and maths, was very kind of nerdy, analytical, numbers-based. I wasn't quite smart enough to get into dentistry or medicine. So I thought, okay, well, I'll do a science and then you can always do like a conversion year.
Why would you say not smart? Like, why do you need to be smart?
I don't know whether it was smart enough. I think, you go to school and it's like, oh, if you are book smart, if you get the grades in the lessons, then schools say, okay, you go off to university. That's how it was back in 2006 to 2008 when I was doing A-levels. But then there's also, with medicine and dentistry, they're very competitive. And I think coming from where I come from, which is a small village, essentially, they didn't really have the infrastructure. We didn't have the access to things which would have supported my university application to go into medicine or dentistry. You hear of people doing summer camps and, oh, daddy's a doctor and uncle's a doctor. And I, did loads of work experience with them, and I volunteered in hospitals, and the closest hospital was 40 minutes away. Like it wasn't realistic where I was from. So I went and did chemistry. I was interested in the pharmaceutical industry as well. And about 3 weeks in, I was like, hate this. Because
I got that about plumbing.
yeah. And I was just like, I'm just a person who likes variety. And suddenly I was doing one subject very intensely and I didn't love it. I went home crying and my mum and dad said, yes, very nice, go back, finish it. So I did.
Yeah.
And, I got a 2-2, which is...
That's good, isn't
Which
it?
was all... Nah, it was...
when everyone says 2-2.
I passed. I did the minimum amount of work necessary to pass. I drank a lot. Like I partied a lot through university. So I had like a really great life experience.
That's how you got to look at it. And you can't look at it as a waste of time. It's an experience, isn't it?
Yeah. And to be honest, I now have this very expensive piece of paper that people look at and go, wow, you're smart. And I'm like, yeah. Sometimes.
got a degree.
What did you go into after that then?
Well, actually, I moved abroad for 2 years. So
where to?
I went to China. So 21, fresh out of uni.
You do like variety.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It was really spontaneous. I was not quite sure what I was going to do when I graduate. I spoke to someone from a dance class and just said, I don't know, like maybe I'll go teach English abroad. And she said, I know people in China. And I was like, that is crazy behavior. No thanks. And a few days later, I was like ruminating. I thought, this is the only chance I'm going to get to do this. Why not?
Yeah.
So I saw her at the next event And I said, I want to speak to you. And she said, yeah, I want to speak to you. And she was in a bit of a dead-end job. And she said, I'll come with you. Let's go. I was like, yeah, great. If I can just focus on my exams, get through this last semester, if you can just set it up, pinky promise, I'll come. And that was it. One pinky promise with my salsa dancing teacher. And, you know, a few months later, we were living in China together, rural China, you know, rice paddies. It was a civil aviation college. So lots of open airspace, not a lot around. Yeah. It was incredible.
What's the sort of key things that you noticed out there that's different?
The toilets.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I just think how people interact is very different because there's a lot of people in China. It's very densely populated. You get used to crowds and especially being one of the few white people in a village. I mean, by village, I mean, they have the population of a small European country. But, like, we stood out. There was a lot of attention. And yes, I am on social media. And yes, I am quite openly confident and happy to present. But sometimes I just don't like being perceived. And that was quite difficult because a blue-eyed girl in rural China, you stand out quite a lot.
Did you experience racism?
Only positively, really.
Right.
It was the most welcoming, wonderful place I've ever been. You know, people were truly incredible out there. Like, it was just such a warm community to be part of. And yeah, it was such an amazing experience. Obviously, the food is very different. And
when you say positively, so they treated you different because you were white, but in a positive sense of, like, not derogatory or anything towards it, but just in that sense.
But sometimes uncomfortably so.
Right.
Like, they would pedestal you a little bit, and that is uncomfortable because there's no reason why I should be pedestaled just because I'm white.
Right, yeah.
It was very nice to be welcomed, and they were very friendly, and, you know, they'd take you to their family homes, and they couldn't do enough to help you, support you. You know, obviously, whilst I was still learning the language, there was issues with translation, how do you get packages, stuff like that. And people were more than happy to help, but sometimes getting pedestaled for the colour of your skin is uncomfortable. Because,
So you can,
you know,
I get that.
So you can speak fluent now then?
No. I got around all right. You know, I was there for 12 months and then I did 3 months actually interning in the centre of Beijing. So a very different experience for a pharmaceutical company. So Pfizer, before everyone knew it.
Oh, really?
You know, COVID. So yeah, it was really cool. Then I went and worked in tourism in Montenegro for a season, which was something else completely. You know, that village I lived in China had the same population as the country of Montenegro. So like a very different situation. Rather than being as far from the sea as physically possible, I had a sea view every day. And but then there I did experience negative racism, which is, you know, fine. I've just kind of turned up 22, bit silly, earning a lot more money than most locals to work in a foreign-owned tourism company. Like, yeah, you're not going to.
What did you experience there then?
Well, I'll start by saying that I was a little bit fat and ugly back then. And Balkan women are beautiful. They're stunning. So I've pretty much just got ignored by men for 8 months straight, which is fine. I had an Australian boyfriend who was of Chinese heritage at the time. He moved to Hungary and we were kind of doing this long distance thing. But when he came to visit me in Montenegro, they weren't used to Asian looking people so much. So sometimes I would hear in the local language like negative things said about him, which was a bit uncomfortable because obviously he couldn't understand. But I went back this summer and had the most amazing 2 weeks there. It was really good to go back. But yeah, from being welcomed with open arms.
Did they go, yeah, who are you? Like, was you the fat, ugly bird or something like that?
Thank God, no.
You was that fat, ugly girl?
Yeah, it was, you know, I guess pretty privilege is real in the Balkans.
Yeah.
So I had a really amazing time this time. And it is a beautiful country and there are wonderful people and bad people in every country. I think I was just possibly more exposed to the negatives as an expat.
Yeah.
You know, when a country is struggling economically and you see foreigners coming in, earning lots of money, of course it's uncomfortable. Of course they don't love it.
Where did you end up after that then?
Sheffield.
Come back home. Was that sort of work reasons or just?
Well, I think my sister was getting married. I'd done 2 years abroad, and as glamorous and as fun and exciting and varied as it is to live abroad, it is emotionally draining and intense sometimes.
I can imagine that, yeah.
Yeah, and with my sister's wedding preparations, and I think I was just starting to get homesick. Hindsight, I wish I'd done more.
What year was that
overseas.
when you come home then?
2013? 2013.
Right, yeah.
So a while ago now.
I say it was long before COVID.
Long before
You wouldn't want to
COVID.
be over there when COVID hit, would you?
No.
In China.
No. I mean, in my current, soon-to-be former place of work, we work with embassies and high commissions globally, and heard some of the stories from that period. It was a bit rough. You know?
You know that feeling when everything just clicks on the site? FlexiGas helps make that happen. Reliable, simple, ready to go.
You said you was sort of, a bit bigger back then, if you don't mind me saying. Because you said earlier off camera that you got into bodybuilding. Is that sort of, is that reason you got into that? How did you get into that?
Yeah, I think, body issues, weight issues are so common for all of us, And this was before social media was a thing, really like in the way that it is today. University, drinking culture, wasn't really exercising beyond dance classes. You go abroad, you can't quite find the hobbies or the space to do the things that you want. You're kind of on a 2-year-long holiday.
Yeah.
And you just kind of pile on the happy pounds a little bit.
Happy pounds, yeah.
But yeah, so I came back and very body conscious and needed to get some form of exercise, and hours and hours and hours on a cross trainer just don't work. But that's what everyone was doing to try and be skinny. And then there was the movement of kind of the strong over skinny movement on social media, and women were showing up with muscles and capped shoulders and thick thighs, and I was like, that's cool, because these women are no longer trying to starve themselves, make themselves smaller and hurting themselves. I really struggled for a while with a binge eating disorder and like really uncomfortable nasty stuff that is very emotionally
I was even
difficult
an
as
ex-girlfriend of mine had that.
Yeah.
Long time ago, yeah. And it will stay with you throughout life. Do you know what I mean? There'll be that time in life where it will still hit you, won't it? Do you know? I think, am I right in saying that?
Yeah, I mean, now I don't like eating, when people have like a big Christmas dinner
You're full,
and you're like, I'm
sick.
stuffed, you feel sick, you've got them. I can't do that. I can't eat to that level of fullness. Like, it would panic me a little bit. I think it reminds me of like the emotional stress and the discomfort of that period of my life. So I just eat kind of very normal amounts. It's very under control. It has been for years. And I can really thank bodybuilding for that, because I went through phases of, bulking and cutting and bulking and cutting. And to just feel in control of your body rather than your body is in control of you is quite transformational, because I think a lot of people who go on these weight loss journeys and don't succeed, they don't feel like they can control it. An interesting element for me was that it does seem inherently linked to my ADHD. So, very impulse control, looking for dopamine, pleasurable experiences. For me, that was food, partly. So, I understood that. I got that medicated, and now it's all I have to force myself to eat. Now eating is quite annoying. It gets in the way of me doing the things I want to do.
ADHD medicated for?
Yes.
How did it, so, because there'll be a lot of people out here who probably won't medicate their kids. A lot of it's sometimes down to cost as well now, isn't it? Am I right in saying that?
Mine's completely free.
Right, okay.
So I went through my GP. It was actually a few friends got medicated and diagnosed, and they came out to me and they're like, oh, hey, Emma, I've just been diagnosed with this thing, and I think you have it too. And actually, it's far more than just hyperactive little boys running around the classroom.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it than that. And I think it is kind of misnamed. But
people throw it around like, because I think about, unless it's going to affect my life, I won't take it. So like, if it's going to help you in some way. Some people just take it for the sake of it because they've been diagnosed with it. But so yeah, what made you think I need medication to like, you must have had to control something that's going to, like something that affects your life. How's it helped you taking that medication?
It was really the mental side of things that I struggled with. It gave me a lot of anxiety because I was, forgetful, losing things. I was having 17 thoughts at once. It was like I had a chinchilla in my brain, but then also this nasty little gremlin in the background going, hey, you're a piece of shit. Do the bad thing. And that was like very strange to feel like you were being overridden by something that did not have your best interests at heart. You can be so aware of your morals, your values, the things you care about. But then to have this gremlin in your brain being like, do it, when you don't actually want to do it. But because you don't have the impulse control, sometimes you do it. And that is, again, not feeling in control of yourself is quite a scary thing. And I would get very anxious. I would overthink chronically. I would think, the sky is green. I'd be like, don't be silly. The sky is blue. It's the same color as water. Water is blue. Chill out. But then it'd be like, but what if it's green though? And I just get stuck in thought loops. And obviously not that's a very silly example, but, I've definitely had destructive behaviors in relationships, friendships, within my family, within jobs. I got myself fired because of ADHD tendencies.
Right.
This tendency towards things being right and just, not liking it when people are clearly lying to your face because social etiquette tells them that's the polite thing to do. They're hiding something, it's not appropriate, whatever. And just not really aligning with some societal norms is quite difficult.
So it sort of helps you control your thoughts in a way.
Really does. It calms everything down. I can have one thought at a time and go from start to finish. That's what the medication's done for me. Side effects are I forget to eat. I'm also really time blind. I was late today because I'm not anxious anymore. Before I would have been sat in your car park for 20 minutes.
Right,
I never could have done this before. I never could have done any of the DIY stuff, never could have done any of the Instagram stuff before I got medicated.
How did you get fired then?
I was working for a company that made sports nutrition, and I was working in their export department and helping them to sell things overseas, and some of their practices were just a bit questionable. So this will actually lead into how I got my current job, actually. And I was doing paperwork to try and get them registered overseas in the Middle East. And one piece of paperwork I just couldn't get hold of. And I was going to the manufacturers and I was digging and digging and digging and digging. And it turns out someone had not done their due diligence. This piece of paper did not exist. This was a big problem. This was a huge problem. And this was pretty much the entire reason I was hired for this job, was to get them into the Middle East. And now it's impossible because someone before me had not done the due diligence.
Right.
And, obviously this is ridiculous. And I just kind of flagged it and said, someone's messed up.
Somebody's been shit at their work.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit like that. I was
Somebody
like,
fucked up.
Someone
and I'm
screwed
telling
the
you.
pooch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people really don't like it.
Yeah.
When you tell them that they've wasted £500,000 screwing something up. So I was promptly kicked out for being just a little bit too honest and not abiding by that kind of social etiquette of don't tell your bosses they're idiots.
Yeah.
Even if they are.
Yeah.
So I got fired.
Fair enough. Nobody can accuse you of being dishonest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons, right? But yeah, that's how I ended up in my current job, because I went to my current organisation for advice and said, this is all looking a bit sketchy to me. And they were the ones that validated what I already knew.
Yeah.
Took that information back, got fired, and then they called me and they were like, how did it go? I'm like, well, funny story, terribly. And they were like, that's fine, we need someone like you.
Wow.
And now you work for...
One door closes, one door opens.
Yes, exactly. So it became positive in the end. That was 2018. I now work for the civil service currently for the next few days.
Because, that door is currently just about to close, yes? Are we saying that? She's not giving in her notice yet, but she's
I
going to.
haven't. I'm going to have to now.
Do it on here.
Yeah. I'm gone. See ya. Yeah, I mean...
First job ditch on this podcast. Yeah, brilliant.
I don't know if that counts as like an official handing in of the notice.
No, but once you have, then we will make it official.
So what are you going into? Let's get into all the DIY stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you going into? You're obviously handing in your notice.
Yeah. And
what are you going into?
A couple of reasons. Like, I think I'm just done with that chapter. So I have my own home. I also have 2 rental properties. That are one's lovely now, but the other one's an absolute shithole. And I'm going to rectify that. So I'd requested sabbatical for 4 months to renovate this property. This has been the plan for over a year, and it was denied. And I was like, well, this is just the universe telling me to just move on. So I'm quitting. I'm going to spend 3-4 months on this renovation. It's a 2-bedroom house in the centre of Derby. I'm really excited because I did a renovation last year, and I did some of it myself, and I had help with some of it.
You've got your own gaff.
Yeah.
You got 2 rentals.
Yeah.
But you was married before, you mentioned earlier, didn't you?
Yes.
So when did, if you don't mind me asking, did you buy a house with your partner?
Yeah. So I bought my own home first.
Right.
Then met him. He moved in for a little bit. We sold that to buy like a future family home.
Yeah.
In the suburbs, in a beautiful village, big 4-bedroom, detached, lovely home. And that's kind of when the panic attacks started, because it wasn't me.
Right.
You know, good guy, beautiful home, stable life, money coming out the wazoo. And I felt like I'd woken up in someone else's life.
Didn't have fulfilment.
Yeah. I had all these good things, but they weren't my things.
Got ya.
None of it was for me. It was because...
It's like the normal thing to do.
Yeah, it's the hamster wheel. You get on the hamster wheel and you just keep going, and you kind of tick in the boxes that everyone says you need to tick to be a good or successful adult that will fulfill you, make you happy. Wasn't for me. Just wasn't...
Yeah.
That wasn't for me. Like, I just, we got married months before the pandemic hit, and it was that reflection time in the house with him, not traveling globally with work, not being busy, not being in the gym surrounded by friends. And suddenly I was just faced with the next 40 years, and I wanted none of it.
So you got married just before the pandemic, and then COVID really opened your eyes up to actually...
Yeah.
What's more important?
Probably maybe the fact that COVID, we don't know what the fuck's going to happen in our life. Yeah. And why am I just going run of the mill when I want to challenge myself and I want to do different things as opposed to just the housewife or whatever?
I did. I felt like a Stepford wife. And I think what had happened is, you get nudged off track a little bit, and it's just incrementally a little bit. The initial plan was to keep my first home, buy a family home, and have a rental. So I always wanted that. That was always the plan 10 years ago. But then stamp duty rules changed. It didn't make sense. So then you get nudged off track. And then suddenly all your money's in the family home, and you just kind of, all of a sudden you're all the way over there. And you're like, I didn't want that. I never would have written down that I wanted that.
Yeah.
What bit freaked you out then?
I just...
Family, I don't know.
Yeah, it's really hard to verbalise how having a lovely life, which most people would dream of, can give you a panic attack. But I didn't have the fulfilment that I wanted. I didn't have the autonomy. I didn't have the excitement. I wanted to maybe live abroad, maybe, change careers, move around,
Did you
I
want to
can't
be on
really
your
explain
own?
it.
Have you got siblings?
I've got one sibling, yeah.
Has she got kids?
Yeah, 2 kids,
So
husband,
That's
Cheshire wife, you know, she's got exactly the same
she's got the
thing.
kids and all that.
Yeah.
But like, you maybe feel that you don't need that now at the moment, or
Yeah, I don't particularly want
you don't want it.
it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And not everyone has to live that life. You know what I mean? It's what you want, isn't it? Like, so how did you go about then? So was that within lockdown that you said, "I'm done here"?
Yeah.
Was it?
But I think both of us, you know, neither of us were
Realised,
bad people.
Right.
But then you get locked in a house together for 12 months. And we'd both been busy. We used to joke, you know, we'd get to Sunday night and be like, see you Thursday, because we both had our own lives. And you know, you're on the hamster wheel, you don't really notice. And suddenly you're locked in a house together and you're like, we have nothing in common anymore. This
funny,
is
isn't
not...
it? It's funny. That's funny. How long had you been with him?
Total about 7.5 years, I think.
Mad it, because like my lockdown with my ex-wife was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, I've got kids, nice family home. We did things things around the house, you know, DIY stuff. She'd be getting me doing this, and to be honest, I had a freaking wonderful lockdown. It was brilliant. Time, probably best times that we had in marriage. You know what I mean? It was like really good. So, and then obviously after lockdown, then probably thought, I wish we could go back to lockdown. I don't know, mate. People are different, isn't they? It worked differently, but yeah, realisation when you're locked up with somebody who you're probably not the same as is probably So how did he take it? How did you both come to that conclusion at the same time? Was you like?
I kind of brought it up and I said, you know, I'm done. I've got to go. You know, this was not a surprise. This conversation had been happening for a few months. I was like, this is it. I'm done. And a few days later, he was like, yeah, no, you're braver than me, but you're right.
But did you stay friends?
People just stay together for just to because it's comfortable, it's easy.
It was everything was so comfortable, but I wasn't challenged. I wasn't growing. I wasn't authentic. You know, I like city life. You know,
was this before you had ADHD medicine?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So it's really interesting looking back.
So
and
if you'd have
thinking,
had it, if you'd have been medicated, would you still be with him?
I wouldn't have been with him in the first place.
There you go. Yeah.
I evolved so much from the age of 24. I don't think anyone should be allowed to get married till they're 30. Because, I mean, how
it's
can
a risky
you know
time
yourself?
period,
Probably right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
And
right.
my sister met her husband when she was 16 and they have grown together
Yeah.
over
It's
20
rare,
years.
isn't it?
But
Yeah.
it's rare. And I think, we were engaged for 5 years. We gave it time. But you're on the hamster wheel. You're busy, busy, busy. And people are saying, oh, when's the engagement? When's the wedding? When's the baby? And
Fuck off.
yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, what's the problem with you? Do you know what I mean? Give me a break. Go to every wedding, innit? Oh, it'll be you next. Fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, if you look back 5 years, if I wrote down what I was about to do or what I'm doing right now to past me 5 years ago, there would have been a part of me that's like, you have fucked your life up, Emma. What the hell are you doing? What did you do to fall that far?
Yeah.
And the reality is I've never been happier. I've never been more myself.
Yeah, good.
And I think a part of ADHD and being neurodivergent is like you don't quite fit in. So you try and hide yourself and shrink yourself to make everyone else comfortable around you. Like there's nothing wrong with you. I was never a bad person. I just didn't quite fit with the clicks.
So who do you need then
Who do I need?
to like fit that? Yeah, because obviously it's always down, in a way, it sounds harsh, but it's down to the person that you obviously just didn't fit that.
No,
that well,
you're
right?
getting it wrong, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be necessarily with anyone. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
don't.
but I
You don't
don't- I think
necessarily. I
she
think you're
would,
trying to
yeah.
say. Do you see yourself settling down at all with anyone in the future?
Yeah, it's always the no one wants to be alone, do they? So it's nice to
Well,
have
that's the
that
next
person.
question I was going to say, because when I'm at home and I'm not with my kids and I feel alone, then I'm in a bad place sometimes. Do you know what I mean? I'm in a because of memories from past
Yeah.
and families and, like I said, lockdowns and stuff like that. And when I'm on my Todd, I think to myself, that was a life back then. But I wasn't happy after, obviously, with things that happened and went on, obviously.
Yeah.
But you yourself, you're active, you're doing things, you're this, that, and the other. Do you
Doesn't
feel
mean
that?
you don't want to be with
But
someone.
does that mean you want to could you see yourself settling down with someone then?
Yeah.
Oh, you could, yeah.
Yeah.
But somebody like you.
No.
No?
God, no. Could you imagine? Yeah. What a nightmare. Like 2 of us. No. I've always been quite independent since being a teenager. It was just how my childhood was, how I was. I just rejected being told to do arbitrary things. You know, you have to go to bed then. Why? Like, you have to do your homework today. It's not due for 3 days. Why? You know, what a pain in the ass. Yeah. Like to have a smart kid question everything that you ask them to do. Yeah. And I think that's kind of...
all 3 of my kids are like that.
Yeah. And I think it's just kind of carried on. My life experiences have made me more and more independent, you know, moving abroad at 21 to a country where you don't speak the language and barely anyone speaks your language either. Like I had a friend with me, but then in Montenegro I was purely on my own at 22. Like these are quite big things that do push you to be independent. And I would love to meet someone I trusted enough to really open up my vulnerabilities. And I have been vulnerable with people before, and I've been burnt before. And, you know, I'm sure I've burnt people too. And I just think I need someone who can embrace and celebrate all of me. And there's a lot of me. I'm small, but, you know, small but big personality. And I think that's really hard for someone to kind of handle.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
In the way that I would want. I'm not easy. I'm not easy to be around, but I've stopped trying to be.
Oh, yeah.
I prefer to be comfortable in myself rather than make myself smaller.
You can't appease others.
No.
You have to be yourself. Yeah.
I've wasted years trying to like make men feel good about themselves by making myself smaller, like feeling like I had to minimize what I was because it was intimidating to them, and I'm not doing it anymore. Like I just want someone who can be like, you're actually insane and you're a lot, but that's fine. Yeah. Like I am here, I can be your stability, I can be your cheerleader, and you can be my cheerleader, and you can be my stability. I need a partner.
Yeah.
Like an actual like equal.
Team partner. Yeah.
That's what I struggle to find.
Yeah.
So one day, maybe.
So then would they, how do you think they would feel about the other thing that you do? Just let's mention that because it's apparent and it's there in the public domain, etc. You are an OnlyFans model.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Oh
shit, I got it wrong. Oh shit, I've accused of something here.
Basically, but not quite. So I use a different platform called Patreon.
Oh, sorry. Right, okay.
So the only difference, I mean...
See, I'm not subscribing. See, I don't know. See?
I offered him a discount. So, yeah, it's a different platform. It's still ass pictures. Right. Like, let's be real. It's still pictures of me in lingerie being a little bit saucy. They can like it or lump it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it's something that existed before they met me, they have to accept it.
Yeah, how you been on that?
Used for that?
I never knew that. I've heard of Patreon, but I didn't know it was that. But
so people use it for that, do they?
It's for all content creators. I've got kind of an online friend who does Warhammer painting. He uses Patreon and he sells, I guess, like designs or like how-to kits on there so that other people can paint their Warhammers the same way. So people do podcasts on there, videos. I do ass pictures, and
maybe we should look at getting on Patreon.
Yeah,
the last pictures.
Yeah, we'll do our ass pictures. We'll do an ass picture podcast. But
it's not really like a long-term career decision.
So how long have you been doing it?
2 months.
2 months.
Just
all right.
2 months.
So it's proper fresh then. It's
proper
new,
fresh.
Right? Yeah. And that was because to help you out with the housing things?
Yes. So it came from my DIY Instagram page. I launched that page June, maybe. Yeah. Probably started putting a bit of effort into it July. 6 months?
Yeah.
Gained some traction. Got trolled chronically for about a month.
What on the Pocket Rocket?
Yes.
Right.
Because I started the page during the hottest summer on record in Britain.
Yeah.
DIY. I'm in my own home. I'm in my friend's garden. I'm in shorts. I'm in my gym shorts. Shorts, which I wear too little. And I was getting absolutely rinsed. Oh, Emma's doing DIY in her underwear. Someone commented yesterday. I was like, tell me you've never seen women's underwear without telling me.
Yeah.
Like, these are shorts which I wear in public.
Yeah.
I don't put anything on Patreon or on Instagram there's anything worse than I would wear on the beach. It's just how you frame it. It's all marketing.
Right, so
ultimately.
it's not completely nude stuff then.
No,
right, okay.
Like, there was a whole thing where I said very clearly, like, no one is ever going to see my balloon knot online. Like, there's just about 3 square inches of skin, which I'm just going to keep between me, my gynecologist, and whoever I'm intimate with at that time.
Okay.
Like, so it's just underwear. It's just bikini stuff, essentially.
Top bollocks on show or off show?
Bit of underboob.
Yeah.
But, just keeping keeping the flowers hidden. So
respectfully then.
What was your
it's
view on all this
titillating.
before you got into it?
Do you know what, right? I find that sometimes more of a turn on. Yeah.
That's the feedback.
Do you know what I mean? When somebody's like scantily clad, but not showing it all, because I think to myself, ooh,
Leave them wanting more.
I wonder
Yeah,
what's
but it's too
underneath
cheap.
that.
You're not going to get more, so it's like it's too
Yeah, no,
cheap.
but it's
Maybe there'll be a
it's
slip.
imagination.
You know?
Yeah. We keep watching it, so it might happen. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
And it came from the DIY page because, first of all, I got trolled about it. And I was like, I am never going to do this. Like, I'm never going to do this. Because in my head, OnlyFans was porn.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to do porn.
That's what I mean. So I'm undereducated here on what you do. So I
Yeah.
apologise for saying that because I didn't realise.
It's good to clarify because I myself was undereducated and I was like, I'm never going to do OnlyFans. I was very public about that because I was never going to do porn.
Yeah.
Then
It doesn't have to be on OnlyFans. So you could just do it's just a marketing platform. That's all it is.
I think it's just like
it carries
It's
that
the name
thing,
it carries.
doesn't it?
Yeah, there's like a perception. And I think pornography generally is becoming so extreme in some ways.
Yeah.
Like, people want more and more and more and they're looking for, all kinds
What's
of...
What's your view on that? Obviously, you do it more sort of casual. What's your view on the extreme stuff on OnlyFans?
You do your point and I'll do my point.
I mean, I've got a few different perspectives. I think extreme porn becoming normalized and freely available without caveats of like, yes, you can do breath play and choking in a sexual setting, but what you must understand is that these actors and actresses have probably practiced, they've had conversations, they've trained each other how to do it without causing damage. So choking is actually the biggest cause of strokes in women under 40.
Right.
It is that dangerous. It can create, incontinence in women. There are studies showing how it reduces women's brain capacity for days after they've been choked in bed.
This is
It's
amazing
really dangerous.
stuff you're telling us here because I often hear about women being young, not young, but girls in their 20s. They see all this online stuff. They see the chat. They've been porn brained.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they think that's normal. And blokes think it's normal to batter women in bed and fucking smack them about and do whatever because they've seen it. And the women think that's acceptable. But like you say, choking.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's actually strangulation.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real, it's strangulation, that is assault.
Yeah.
But like everything on the internet, there is no nuance. Nobody is using their critical thinking skills and being like, these are professionals. Yeah. Maybe they've had a conversation about this before they've just gone and done it with a new part. And it's, this is the problem with pornography and also, the common platforms like Pornhub. They have been closely linked to people trafficking, child trafficking. These are shady practices, whereas at least platforms like OnlyFans, Patreons, you are giving money mostly directly to the creator, who we hope is in control of what they put online.
But as well, because I said this the other day on my stories, there's a lot of girls out there delusioned by... I'll go on OnlyFans and I'll make thousands and thousands of pounds because they've seen these high-profile people with fucking thousands, millions, travelling the world, doing whatever they're doing. They don't actually realise what's behind that because it's like a production team. It's a whole professional outfit. It's not some girl just with a phone going, oh, look, and I'll make thousands off of that. There's a lot more into it, isn't there? I mean, I'm sure you can get lucky.
But not even lucky. What people don't realise, it's less about what you look like and what you take pictures of. It's more about the marketing.
Right.
Like a lot of sexual interactions, they're mental. It's not just physical. You know, anyone can take a picture up close of the, you know, pink canoe, whatever we're going to call it online.
I have.
Yeah.
But consensually.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's not that interesting.
No.
It is just
I mean,
flash.
I looked at it and thought, don't do any different, really. Do you know?
Different lying. But it's, you know, it's more in the marketing than the actual product.
But isn't it crazy what people do for money? Like these women that are sleeping with hundreds of people in a day or whatever.
Yes.
It's all for the money. I don't. Some people will enjoy it, but I can't see these people being happy in long term.
Mentally.
Once they've made their money, if they do it for 10 years, at that 10 years when they've made all their money,
Fulfilment again, innit?
they're not going to be content. Yeah, because you always need a bit of purpose. And I
think because you're referring to Bonnie Blue, who's slept with 1,000 men in a day or something.
I don't know. Yeah.
A lot of what she says, I hate. And I hate that her perspectives of, oh, well, if you're not shagging your husband, I will. And I want to take young boys' virginities at 18. I want to go to Freshers' Weeks. I think that is utterly vile, personally. But she is excellent at marketing.
We know it's clickbait.
It's clickbait. She is the queen of rage bait. And I have said historically, when I was winding men up a little bit about my shorts and my knee pads, I was like, yeah, I'll just be the Bonnie Blue of the DIY world. Not in the porn perspective, but, you know, I don't think she believes half of what she says herself.
Of course you don't.
But no one has the critical thinking skills to, you know, they actually might, because it may feed into their confirmation bias, like, oh, well, she's saying it's okay, so it's okay. And they'll just take that piece of information and take it as, you know, gospel. And
But
do you think it's good for women as a whole?
I think it's
I
think
women are viewed.
I think it is a good opportunity for people who want to do it. And I think there is a lot more autonomy in this than people realise.
Yeah.
It is something that you can safely do from your home. You know, single mothers, for example, they're at home, the kid's napping, they don't have the same ability to go out into an office or a workplace.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So expensive.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I think ultimately women will be sexualized, objectified, whether they ask for it or not. I spent months on my DIY Instagram page being sexualized, objectified, non-consensually. Like I was just working in a heat wave.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what, fine, if it grows the page, like I'm not bothered because it doesn't touch me. Like I'm very thick-skinned. I shouldn't have to be, but I am. And then I got to a point where I was doing slightly controversial feminist educational posts and trying to challenge people's behavior. And then I was like, do you know what? It's actually just not the job of me or OnlyFans girls or sex workers or cam girls or anyone to educate men on treating women like human beings. They want to give me money for pictures of my ass. You know, they're already wanking over me. So like, let them pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just take their money. And a lot of my subscribers are actually really great people and we have really nice conversations. They're very supportive. A lot of them really want to support my journey. They've paid for my plumbing course, my plastering course, you know, all this other stuff. And, I enjoy it. I enjoy embracing that sexual side of me.
And I think I think you're doing it the right, respectful way. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to just flaunting all, doing all, and you're talking respectfully about people who pay you as well, and how they're nice people, and you have respect for the people who are actually giving you money. There's a different side of what I was expecting, because when I thought you was OnlyFans, before I thought, how are we going to approach this? Because do you know what I mean? Because it's just
the name of the platform.
I know it's the name of the platform, but we get that image, don't we? When you say that, we get that image. But you've explained it to us, and I see it for what it is.
It's just.
And I think if that's pushed you and got you somewhere, then you've done it in the right way and used the platform for the right purposes that it's used for. You know, you're not trashy about it. Do you know what I mean?
And even if I was, you know, it's my it's my body to do with it what I want and show what I want. Even if I was doing, you know, full anal porn, you know, whatever, like that's mine.
It's hard to blame men and women because men, like, although women want to be treated as a woman, you're going to get men that don't act like that. But
the one thing though that we've had this topic on here before with like female tradies and stuff like that is that they will get trash talked.
Sure.
Some of them will wear tight trousers and use their appearance for gaining followers, etc. Right, I understand that as well. But sometimes when you sexualise something, and a lot of people will not like the trades industry being sexualised. There'll be the older type blokes going, "Oh, you're just doing that for attention, blah blah blah," and then what happens is we get a negative side of it. So we get the fucking arseholes and misogynists who are all having a dig at you, and then the woman who wants to go out and wants to be a tradie or do the DIY and be in that world sees these comments and thinks, oh, I'm not going anywhere near that. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? There's that bit to it. That's the grey area of it, because I see you trying and people pushing themselves and trying to do the trades thing, but sometimes they're spiting themselves in a way because these arseholes are out there. Do you know what I mean? And then sometimes these other women are being put off of it. Do you see what I'm saying? I
do have to pick up on just your phrasing a little bit. Am I sexualising it, or did men sexualise it? I was just in my friend's garden in shorts.
Your friend's garden, but I see what I'm saying is I see other tradies doing it. Yeah. For the sexualisation of it. I'm not saying you, but I'm sorry to put you in that. No. That side of it. You know what I mean?
It's just like a nuance on the phrasing, and ultimately, whether people are attention seeking, sexualising on purpose, we will get sexualised and objectified. Unfortunately, by misogynists. You know, I can go out in 3 layers looking like a 10-year-old boy, and someone will still say something. I went to Screwfix yesterday. Fluffy trackies, snow boots, like looking like a piece of shit. Like I was a mess. And still there was like nudge, nudge, wink, wink, giggle, giggle behind me. And you know, it happens, and I'm just like, why not just take their money about it though? Yeah. And I know you were saying like you are respectful of your subscribers, and I am, because the people who subscribe and chat to me, they are good people, and I don't care if someone's wanking over me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, do you get any...
Like, what they do with my pictures is none of my business. Yeah.
Do you get any horrible ones, like, in the subscribe, who think they can talk to you like a piece of shit because they're subscribing?
One. And we had a conversation. We're still talking now.
Right.
He just got mad because actually, although I do have the links on my link tree, it's not really on my DIY page. I kind of give it a little little nudge and a nod sometimes, but people who want to find those links know where to find them. So where was I going with this? This is the ADHD kicking in. I don't get many negative issues. I had one with him because I've passcoded it because of my employment status. When I launched it, you have to ask me for the passcode.
Right.
So it's in the link tree, but you have to ask me. I want to see who's looking.
Right, I got you. Yeah.
And although people can find me directly from the platform, Patreon, of course they can. I'm trying to like narrow that funnel. I don't want my dad's best mate on there. You know, respectfully for my family. I would love to know 95% of people who are looking at my content. That means I'm losing a lot of money. Yeah. Because people don't always want to be upfront with me, and I'm like, guys, can we all just be like cool about it? Like, you can look at my ass, like it's literally on the internet. Like, just ask me for the code. It's not weird. I've got friends of friends who subscribe, people I have been intimate with before, school friends, ex-colleagues.
Does your ex-husband know you're doing it?
No idea. We haven't been in touch since the divorce. It was a very nice, amicable divorce, but there's no reason to keep in touch because there's no kids. So I don't know if he knows. I'd be surprised if he didn't know because of how the algorithm works. His phone number's in my phone. You know, it's probably popped up somewhere. My dad knows now. My dad brought it up on Christmas Day.
What did your dad say?
My family are very traditional. They're very prudish.
Right.
And I've told them about the Instagram page. I was nervous telling them about the Instagram page. I was nervous telling them about bodybuilding because that is being graded on how nice your ass is in a glittery bikini. So this is not my first rodeo of my ass being on the internet and people judging me for it. This is my second rodeo. And the first time telling my parents about bodybuilding, I felt like I was coming out the closet. Because it felt quite uncomfortable. And then I told them about the DIY page when I got to like 10,000 followers. And actually, my dad's kind of a big thing on LinkedIn. So I just kind of like made a comparable and they were cool with that. And then on Christmas Day.
I like that.
Yeah, we were just
My
like.
dad's kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal on LinkedIn. And we were chilling on Christmas Day and he just looked up at me and was like, how's the Insta porn going?
Oh, dear.
I was like, and my sister knows, like my brother-in-law knows, and I just looked up at him and was
Brother-in-law
like,
ain't subscribing, is he?
no, one of his mates is.
Is it?
So, yeah, less said about that, the better. GDPR and all that. It's a professional fit out, you know? But so he asked, and I just said, oh, which Insta porn page are you on about? And he just laughed and he was like, how much money are you making? And I told him. And I think he was like a little bit impressed. I think he was like, respect, fair enough. But, you know, we've had conversations about, okay, if you want to get out of this well-paid, comfortable, safe job, plan your exit route. And this is part of my exit route.
Yeah.
You know, this is just smoothing the financial change from that to self-employment a little bit.
So you don't reckon you do it forever?
Probably not now. I'll just get bored at some point, shut it down.
Yeah.
You
'Cause I'm in
obviously
control.
enjoy it. You obviously enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
Would you go, I know you said about that, keeping everything on, would you go any further?
Probably not, because I wouldn't enjoy that. Like at the moment, most of my subscribers are really respectful and lovely. I think once you start showing more, and I do get people in my DMs giving me way too much information about what they did with my pictures, but very rarely, and I shut it down. My boundaries are quite strong, and I think because of my presence with the DIY page and how I come across, people know not to push me.
Yeah.
And I mean, this year generally, 2025, pretty much a year to the day, got my heart completely trashed by my last romantic partner.
Oh, really?
And I was just like, I am just a broken mess. I was halfway through a renovation. I was like, right, let's just
long was you
selfish.
with him?
Yeah. Do you know, not that long, but it wasn't so much losing him that broke my heart. It was his daughter. So I learned quite a hard lesson about meeting someone's children too quickly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And
really
and
painful experience.
I can sort of like vouch for that as well.
Yeah.
Because I split up with my I've been with her a couple of years, 2.5 years, and it's not just them. Like I didn't have I met a boy a handful of time. We tried to keep it separate. Like my kids only met her a handful of times because of that reason. But still, there's still like when they've met, there's still been that, and they know her to talk about, and he knows me to talk about, and this, that, and the other, and you know, presents and blah blah blah. You still got a relationship there, and that it is painful. You're right, yeah.
I mean, we took it way too far, way too quick. I said, don't introduce me until you're sure that this is going somewhere. And the introduction was made after about 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's too early.
Very quick. And then suddenly, you know, we were in a routine and we were very, very, very close, and sleepovers and whatever. So, yeah.
How would you think a partner would take you doing that? The photos and stuff. Everyone's going to be different, obviously.
Everyone's going to be different. I think the kind of person that wouldn't like it is not my person.
Yeah, true.
And that's okay. You know, not everyone has to like me. Not everyone has to like what I do. Not everyone has to like how I approach things. My person will get it, or my person will support it. I'm not saying they're going to love it, but to be with me anyway, because I'm such a big personality, because I'm in the gym in hot pants, you got to be quite a secure person to be with me. So my person will get it. support me in it, understand why I'm doing it, and then whether I continue it or whether I stop it, just have my back. I'm not saying they have to love it, but also come from a position of strength in that, I do get a lot of attention. I do get a lot of offers and invitations for dates, and I'm not dating at the moment, but...
Do you take any up?
No, I've met a couple of people off Instagram, but purely like from like a networking DIY mates, same journey thing. And I just think that they'll take it from, well, she's got all these offers, all these opportunities, and all these people who are clearly attracted to her. But she chose me. And that's how it has to be taken. It has to be, okay, they can see all but 3 square inches, but I get the 3 square inches. That's the fun bit.
Do you think there's a level where it is wrong?
I had a joke there, but I ain't going to go with it. I'm going to go there. I'm not going to go.
Do you think there is a level where it is, where you don't agree with it and it's wrong? Like sleeping for hundreds of men. Like, is there a point where you think, right, that's not right?
I've just got it in my childish ways.
Or you think it's fine?
I think people can do exactly what they want with their bodies. I think normalizing that kind of behavior is where it becomes problematic, because for younger people to see that and think, this is completely average.
It is normalizing it though, isn't it?
It is normalizing it.
Do you think that's right though?
No, I don't think normalizing it. I think there should be more done on these platforms to caveat. These are actors and actresses.
Yeah.
This is a job. This is, they have consented. This conversation was had beforehand. But when you've got your trousers undone.
Though, really. Like, them sleeping with 1,000 men, they're not all actors and actresses. They're just normal people off the street.
Yeah, those 1,000 people that thought it would be a good idea to be a part of that is...
it's insane, isn't it? Like,
whatever gets them off, but it's a bit gay, isn't it?
I mean,
they were all just stood around with balaclavas and their dicks out.
999.
Do you think they should be?
It.
Do you think they should be? If they're at that level, do you think they should be sexualized? If it is wrong, like someone that slept with 1,000 men, do you think because it is wrong?
Do you think they deserve?
Do they deserve?
Do you think they deserve to get? It's not sexualized, is it? Do they deserve to get the flack and being called a slag? Do you know what I mean? Do you think they deserve that?
No, so part of this year, because my heart was broken, I was like, right, let's be selfish. And part of that selfish journey was a bit more of a sexual exploration personally. I've been in sex clubs, I've been to fetish events, I've met all manner of wonderful people this year, I've experienced all sorts of things. And I don't think anyone should be judged for what gets them off. If she genuinely enjoyed being penetrated by 1,000 different men, hey, not for me, but I'm not going to yuck someone else's yum. And I think that's important, like in all areas.
But maybe it's publicised as well. That's what normalises it. If you go to a sex club, it's not on social media.
I think
so there's a big difference in it of like putting it out.
It's like to younger women, young girls and stuff coming through thinking, oh, that's an easy way. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. That's a way of making millions of pounds.
I like to be very kink positive and I like to be very sex positive and accepting, and I don't like to yuck other people's yums. And I like to break down taboos around, kink. I make a lot of jokes about pegging. I make lots of jokes about like Findom and men who like to pay me to humiliate them.
Tell us about that.
What's that?
She mentioned Findom earlier about men
being
paid to bully them. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
I thought I got away with it. Yeah. I've been doing a little bit of Findom, which is financial domination. Right. And this was not my idea. It started with one guy who followed me on Instagram on my DIY page months ago. He asked to buy my famous grey shorts, the ones that I was getting a lot of flack for.
Right.
He asked to buy them. We had a bit of a conversation about it. He didn't just want to buy them to, wear. He wanted me to go to the gym in them without any knickers on.
Sweat yourself out a bit.
Sweat, build up the stank and then put them in a Ziploc bag and post them off. And for the price, I did. And we had further conversations and he just loved to be humiliated, and he loved the idea that I could know all of his secrets and all of his perversions and potentially tell, 28,000 people.
Can I ask the price?
Yeah, they were £80. Very reasonable, actually, for dirty pants. My price will probably be higher now. But yeah, and then, I just because of how I present and how I challenge people online.
I might put these in a Ziploc bag after and
Yeah, see what you can get
sell
for
them
it.
for 30. Robbie, you want?
We'll take your pants as well, Robbie. How do you...
So yeah,
how
what
do you dominate them
Do you want
then?
you
What do
bully
you-
them? What do you do? Do they pay you and then you flush their head down the toilet and take the pocket money? What do you
No,
do?
I've never met anyone in person.
Yeah.
This is all virtual.
Oh, right, virtual,
So
virtual.
sometimes it's like text, sometimes it's video call, sometimes it's voice call.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own little thing, and I've been paid to make bespoke videos. One was crushing biscuits with my work boots, my pink work boots. So I actually really enjoyed that one because I really didn't get it. And I took the time to have a conversation with this person and be like, what is it? Like, what is it that you want to see? What gets
Why
you?
Yeah.
What biscuits were they?
Jammy Dodgers. They were just stale, they were just in the cupboard. And I was like, put them to good use. And,
No new jammy Dodgers were bought for this for this stunt. Yeah.
They were inedible though, unfortunately, afterwards. So, people have their things, and I don't think they should be shamed for it. I like removing the taboo, and I like that men are getting comfortable asking for things like pegging, which, historically everyone would have been like, that's gay. Well, it's only gay if you do it with a man. Like, let's be real.
Right,
but
okay. So pegging is where you put something on and do them.
Yeah,
is that what that is?
yeah, where a woman would
unfamiliar.
strap
I mean,
up.
I've heard of it, but I'm
Yeah.
sort of totally unfamiliar with really what it was. I mean, there's certain things out there that people do that I've heard.
It's crazy out there what people do, isn't it?
I've heard.
It
All right, I know
is.
what this one is. Right, that we're going to go quite dark with this bit now. So somebody shit in a condom. Right, they put it in the freezer and then get fucked with it. What's that called?
Ooh.
Never heard of that.
Depends. Is it a woman getting fucked with it or a man?
A woman gets fucked with a condom full of shit, frozen shit. What's that called?
I
mean, either
mental
or.
illness.
I mean, either or.
It just feels like a biohazard.
Yeah.
It's like a UTI waiting to happen, right? So
I know what that's called. In the comments, tell us what it's called if you know what it's called. Robbie, you will have the answer somewhere, won't you, Robbie? Yeah. Yeah,
Have you looked into men doing this? Like, have you gone on men's profiles and see what they do?
would you mean like selling content?
Yeah.
Spicy content.
It's all gay, is it? Mostly.
Do you get many straight men out
You don't
there?
get women pay for men, do you?
No, you do. I'm sure you do.
Yeah, you must.
I don't-
Yeah.
It's not
Like,
something we're aware of, though, is it?
Like I'm bisexual. I've paid for women's content. I'm cool with saying that out loud. But men, I mean, it's really hard. As a bisexual woman, I find women. There's something beautiful about every woman.
Yeah, I find
They're
that as well.
stunning. They're
Yeah.
sensual. They're elegant. They're gorgeous.
That's why I could never be gay. Because I
Yeah.
just find men ugly.
Men are a little bit ugly sometimes.
They are all got horrible cocks and everything. ain't they?
And
My cock is fucking ugly. Let me tell you.
You can get gorgeous men and you can get gorgeous cocks, but
Mine certainly
they
isn't.
don't have the same allure, I think.
Yeah.
And some do. But you get these bakers, don't you? You know, they're
Bakers?
like kneading dough and they're like slapping the dough, and gardening with Johnny's like
Oh, right,
taking the
okay,
piss
right.
out of it by slapping
So it's
compost and stuff.
Yeah, it's a
and,
little bit like innuendo-y type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
like, I would subscribe to gardening with Johnny's content if he went spicy. I
I
don't
wonder
think
if
he
I should
will,
do only
but-
plums. What do they call it?
Is that
So,
just
like,
balls?
Just
or-
my balls dangling in front of some plumbing pipes.
No, and
Just swinging.
this is why. So, like a woman on all fours.
Right.
From behind. It's beautiful. That's that's the image that
Yeah,
the
I
love
mean-
heart shape came from, right?
I'm quite accustomed to that position. I like it a
but
lot.
a man from the back of his ball sack
Oh, no.
to the top of his crack, it is
It's not near nice.
Hairy as well.
It's
like,
not,
it's
innit?
not it's not a sight.
Even if he takes the hair out, it's not good, is it?
it's not great.
It's not.
It's a lot of skin.
I haven't seen that view actually. Maybe.
A 2 out of 10,
You're
don't
rubbish.
recommend.
No, yeah.
So so personally never really
Oh,
been
I've seen that
into
view plenty
pegging.
of times
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
But also like I think in a lot of cases the women are the gatekeepers of sex.
Yeah.
in real life.
Come on. If women have got more chance of pulling a bloke than a bloke has of a bird.
Yeah.
Sorry, I won't say bird. I say woman.
Yeah.
I say that they've got more chance, in they? On a night out,
what's
they've got more
wrong with-
chance.
What's wrong about sexualisation then?
Nothing.
So why do people moan about it?
Well, they get moaned about being sexualized. I think it can feel violating if it's non-consensual. You know, if you're just like going about your life and you're getting catcalled and you're just like, just going to Aldi, piss off. Like it feels quite
Men
intrusive.
The thing is, because what men don't realise is that men are men and women are women, and men would go around and go, hey, do you know what? I wouldn't mind if I was getting catcalled by women all day long. You know what I mean? That sort of like mentality. Do you know what I mean? And it's because we don't get that attention.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I get it. Some people just obviously going to feel uncomfortable that happening. Some people embrace it.
I think the first time I was catcalled, I was 12.
Oh, God.
Like I've never had tits. So I did not look old or jailbaity.
Yeah.
I looked like a child.
Yeah.
And I got catcalled.
By an adult?
By like a 50, 60-year-old man.
Christ almighty.
That's when it started.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is something that happens perpetually. You know, women are just trying to exist. Girls are just trying to exist. They're walking home from school. A van pulls up next to them. You know, all this stuff's happening. And sometimes you're just like, oh, just piss off. And sometimes I want to be sexualized, like when I'm putting lingerie pictures online.
When you want to be. Yeah.
When I want to be. And I think part of what I've enjoyed about this is me being able
choose,
to like.
though, that's the problem.
I
Like,
want to choose. Why
It's
can't
hard,
I
isn't it?
choose?
Yeah.
Because you can't, if it's out there in the domain, people will make their own decision, wouldn't they?
But it's like, you know, you're just walking down the street in summer.
I know.
And you're warm.
I know it's respectful. Not to,
Yeah, it's knowing, it's like reading the room,
I
innit,
know
I suppose.
it's disrespectful. I wouldn't go or anything like that to
Yeah.
a woman in the street. I wouldn't do that because
Yeah.
it's just wrong. But go back 20
I think that's
fucking
dying
years.
out now anyway.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
it's there to an extent. Do you know what I mean? It's still there. But going back 20 years, that was socially acceptable, wasn't it? 25 years, it was socially acceptable, and women would go about their thing, and blokes on building stuff going, all right, darling. Do you know what I mean? And that would be the thing, wouldn't it? And nobody would think anything else of it, you know?
Yeah, I think it's just reading the room, knowing the person if they're willing to do it. It's like emotional intelligence, really, and it's sort of knowing.
That's it. And like women don't not perv.
And what you
I
got to remember
absolutely
is,
perv on people. Like, you know, in the gym or something, you're like,
and what you got
but
to-
it's, you know, be a bit subtle about it.
but what you got to
like,
remember on the internet, a lot of these blokes don't get out.
they don't get outside much.
They don't get out. They're
They
in
need-
front of that
Yeah.
all day long, and they're not socialising whatsoever.
Yeah.
So they don't really know the real way. I wouldn't not defending them, but they have not got no social concept of reality.
I think what annoyed me was on the DIY page, you know, I'm in a garden, in a heat wave, in my shorts, and I'm doing something I've never done before, you know, clearing like mortar out and repointing a garden wall. I've never done that before, and I was proud of that. And then it's so reductionist for someone to see me doing something that other people might look at and go, wow, that's pretty good actually. Like that's a cool skill to have taught yourself. Yeah. And then to have other people just be like, your knee pads are supposed to be on your knees, not on your shins. Yeah, I know, dickhead, but they're designed for men and I'm a woman, so they fall down. Like, so it's just quite reductionist and it's distracting from, it's like, so in the election where Donald Trump beat Kamala Harris, the next day, pictures were surfacing of deepfakes of Kamala Harris sucking off Donald Trump. Oh. The fact that a woman of colour got to the point of being in the final presidential race for America is signs of incredible progression. And then so reductionist to put her on her knees with his dick in her mouth. Like it's so disrespectful. And this woman is, you know, so well educated, so professionally accomplished, and to reduce her to a sexual object is reductionist. And I think I don't mind if people find me attractive. I don't mind if people fancy me. I don't mind if people comment on my appearance, but don't do it to minimize my achievements. You know, when I started this job, my colleagues, my peers, I was on a team of 8 and 6 of them were white men in their 60s. The first meeting, we all sat down with the head of a big region. Someone asked me if I was taking the minutes. I have ADHD. I wasn't even bloody listening. And I was wearing a dress because I was the only woman. I didn't have pockets. I didn't have a pen. Why was I asked to do the minutes? It's so reductionist for me to be half their age, doing exactly the same work, but still I've got to take the minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it's that kind of symbolic violence where instead of being like, oh, isn't she strong or isn't she doing well? You know, no one was going to save me. So I figured out DIY on my own. I booked the courses. I learned the skills. And then to make it all about my shorts.
Yeah.
It's just obviously born out of jealousy, or they're afraid of people taking up their space or whatever. But it's just pathetic, to be honest. If you can see it for what it is. And I don't struggle with trolls. Like, they don't touch me. If I wouldn't ask for their opinion, I'm not going to take their judgment.
Yeah.
But
I've seen you have a battle with some trolls.
yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. You handle it well.
Yeah.
I like to handle trolls well.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to exist. There's saddos in the real world. There's saddos on the internet. Like, not everyone's nice.
I'm a little bit more cutting. I had one yesterday. Said, it looks like you've got a syrup. Like saying I've got a wig. Talking about my hair. I said, judging from your profile picture, which wasn't him, I said it was something else. I mean, it would suggest you're an ugly.
It's such a waste of
Did
time,
like
though,
that?
commenting, isn't it?
No,
Such a
but
waste
it's
of time.
Like, they're
It's
really just taking your
engagement,
time
Kieran.
up. Like,
It's
just
engagement.
no, you're looking at the wrong
It's
way.
engagement.
It's good for the algorithm.
Yeah.
I suppose so. Yeah.
And that's all it is.
Can I ask one question?
We didn't even talk about the trade stuff, did we? Really?
We did.
Not
Yeah.
the courses.
We
and
did.
all that.
I needed to ask this question earlier. But you were talking about kinks. Do you have one? Is that too personal?
Yeah, it's too personal. It's probably not something I'd put
Yeah, it's
out
personal.
there
Oh, right, no,
on
just
the
thought-
internet.
Just thought I'd ask.
Not because I'm ashamed of it.
Right.
Just because I like to keep something for
Because I
me.
ain't got any. I don't know.
You will have.
You will, but you just haven't found them.
Yeah.
I think everyone's got kinks. You just haven't
When
explored
we think of
it,
kinks, we
so-
think of something out of the. Do you know what I mean? It's completely different to me, like feet or like I've never got my head around.
You
that.
must have thought something. Oh, that'd be interesting to do that, but you just never tried it to figure out if you do like it.
I don't know. I've never got my head around people liking feet. Do you know what I mean?
But again, the DIY strong woman, because I'm quite muscular as well because of the bodybuilding. You know, for some people that's a bit of a thing they like.
Yeah, I'm
the
not a
fact
feet
that I
person.
can.
I like nice hands.
Kieran's kink.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like nice hands for some reason.
What?
That's
That's a revelation. What,
Good,
men,
yeah,
or,
good.
men or women?
What do you mean?
Do you like
Men's
nice hands on men or women?
No, women.
Oh, women. Okay, you like women to have nice hands, not with calluses and
I don't mind calluses. I've got all
chewed
that.
nails and all that. Yeah,
Just nice hands.
just nice hands. Nice hand. Has Lydia got nice hands?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You're all right then, Lydia. Oh, this conversation's gone. I think this has been brilliant. This has.
Yeah.
It's been eye-opening.
I bought my house.
Yeah.
It's riddled with problems. It's one of those that on Zoopla it looks all right. You look around for 5 minutes, it seems fine. Then you start peeling back the layers and you're finding issues. You know, my ceiling fell down last
see
week.
that. Yeah,
Did you see
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
Like, what the heck? So
Was it like plaster? that
it
you
was
pulled
plaster
off?
on top of plaster, but there was paint in between.
Yeah.
And I think when I've renovated the bedroom in the summer, you know, fitted the sliding wardrobe doors, had an electrician move the light fittings and stuff, I think maybe the disruptions just delaminated it and this very thick layer of
Come off quite easy though, didn't it?
it's all come down pretty much, apart from the bits that I've like fixed because there was cracks.
Was it not
They're
PVA'd?
still no.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then the 2 rentals, both of which needed significant work. And when I bought the rental so November 2023, I got the keys. Is that right? 2024. Yeah, November 2024, I got the keys, and about a month before the autumn budget came out, changing the stamp duty rules, I lost $2,500 overnight out of my renovation budget. And the bathroom really needed doing. Everything else needed kind of, a lick of paint and a new flooring. The previous owner had died in the house. There was a little bit of evidence of that needed dealing with.
Oh, really?
She haunted me the whole damn time.
Oh, my gosh. Whereabouts?
She decked it down the stairs.
Oh, Christ.
Very steep, old Victorian stairs.
How old was she? Really old?
No. Mid to late 60s.
Oh, Christ.
And the moment I walked in, I knew you could... there was a weird bit of flooring cut away, the stair carpet missing, the wall painted in a patch at the bottom of the stairs, new skirting board. So there was a little bit of an indication something had happened quite tragically.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff needed
And
rectifying.
the police cordon.
Yeah. The chalk outline. So I had just had to figure out another way to get this project done, and I did a tiling course, 4-day tiling course for £350 because the internet told me it would cost me over $1,000 to get the small bathroom tiled. And I was like, well, okay, I now have 3 bathrooms. I now have 3 kitchens that I need to maintain, and all are pretty shit, to be honest.
And I'm $2,500 short.
I'm $2,500 short. So, okay, if I can save on labour on 3 kitchens and 3 bathrooms over the next 4 or 5 years.
What a
it's
trade to
paid.
start off with. Oh my God.
Really?
That's one trade to put you on.
I hate tiling.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's just like Lego.
It's the worst.
It's
Yeah,
adult
you got to
Lego.
take your time with it. I hate it.
It's all right. So did you tile your own house? What you live in?
I haven't done anything on my own house yet because money. It's all right, but I could do a better job than the previous owner.
Let me tell you now, right? When tiling, when you get your own, if you know that a tiler can do it better than you, obviously, right? And there's a few bits that might be, do not tile your own bathroom. Because every time you'll be looking, you'll be on that toilet, you'll be in that shower, you'll be looking and thinking, oh, I should have done that.
You forget.
No, you don't, mate. You don't.
No, see, I would obsess. So the tiling I did, that was my first ever tiling project after the course. Floor to ceiling, like tiles about 30 centimetres, I think, 25, 30 centimetres by 9 centimetres from top to tiles, and the whole room. So I really cut my teeth on it. It wasn't just going in for like a little splashback. There were a couple of floors in there that I don't have to look at every day because I don't live there. But the tiling in my home currently is so bad. Whatever I do is going to be an improvement. I just haven't prioritised it yet. So I did that course, got a real taste for it, really enjoyed tiling. So this time I'm doing a plastering and a plumbing course because the whole house is wood chip. 2 up, 2 down, Victorian house, covered in wood chip wallpaper. So when that comes down, the plaster's going to come down. I need a lot of electrics doing. It's going to need a full replaster.
Did you say you're doing a plastering course?
8-day plastering course.
That's a hard trade as well.
I am nervous. It's like black art to me, that one. So, but now I've got to practice on my bedroom ceiling as well. So
you want to take some videos of yourself putting it on the trowel, doing that thing in the trowel they do, don't they?
Oh yes, like getting it on the hawk, and I've done one wall of skimming in my bedroom when I was doing it over the summer because I ripped all the old paneling off and ripped half the wall off with it, and that was rough.
Yeah. Have you ever done any DIY stuff before?
Does it look more like Artex or does it look like plaster?
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah?
It took a lot of sanding.
Okay.
But before I had this rental a year ago, so the first full renovation that I did, not really. I used to get really angry about trying to hang pictures, and I really felt like I was told, like, oh no, this is too difficult for you. I'm 5'1". I'm tiny. I'm less than 50 kilos. Like, I'm not built for, big, heavy work. But I think I just kind of told myself it was like a boy's job. And that's ridiculous. But my dad, he worked away a lot. He didn't love DIY. He's good with electrics. He didn't love DIY. So I was not really raised around it. And what I've come to learn is that some of it's not that difficult. No. Like, some of it is very difficult. Like, electrics, black magic. Plastering, dark art. No idea how I'm going to get on with that. We'll see. but you can have a pretty decent crack at it. Plumbing, there's a stain on my kitchen ceiling that would say I'm not great.
Right, okay.
But it doesn't help that my home, which is where I've been practicing a little bit over the past 2 years and trying my hand at things, everything I do, it presents 7 problems.
What would you be most worried about out of the trades? What would you be like, oh, I'm a bit worried about
electrics.
Okay.
Absolutely electrics. Yeah, it's like invisible danger until the house is on fire.
Yeah.
So, things like tiling, plastering, laying laminate, if it's shit, just pull it off, start again. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not that deep. And I think some people get in their own heads about it being too difficult. What I've learned is because I am physically strong and fit, that really helps.
Yeah.
As a woman trying to get into this stuff. Having really good tools helps. So
makes a difference. Having the right tools,
makes a big difference. And I will hold my hands up and say I will be a bit of a tool tart and get a tool if it's going to make a job easier and quicker for me. Because, it currently isn't my day job. Moving forward, I want to move more into like handy woman work. But not full time. I want to have a blended career moving forward, I think, and I started my DIY page. I called it Pocket Rocket Projects because I didn't quite know what was going to happen moving forward. I knew I had 2 renovations coming up. Well, the renovation just gone, the one coming up. And I knew I was going to do bits and bobs, but I didn't know how it was going to evolve. But where I'm now kind of seeing all the pieces fall together is that my career recently has been around project management, events management, stakeholder management. And then as much as I'm, loving the trades and learning bits and bobs, and I will probably keep my hand in some physical jobs in the future, I do see an opportunity for me to get into the project management side of renovations, because the one thing I struggled with as a client and now kind of dipping into the trades as an apprentice and a labourer or whatever is, slipping timelines, poor communication, lack of clarity around things. And I think it's
a typical British building site.
yeah. And I just think there are opportunities for someone with a bit more of like a corporate professional background, maybe, a bit of a woman's touch for attention to detail with the softer customer service side of things. My parents have just had a lot of work done on their house, none of it by me. I was on holiday. And, my mum's a very anxious person and she doesn't like people in the house. And trying to organise tradespeople who are not communicating clearly with her, and, stuff's arriving not when it's supposed to, and people are 2 days late. And, it was really sending her, actually.
It does.
And it's very difficult. And I think, potentially there's an opportunity there for me to be almost like a project manager of renovations, take the stress off the client. And as a woman who has had tradespeople in before who have maybe not completed stuff to my standard, because I'm very fussy, it's quite intimidating sometimes to challenge someone who knows far more than you do and say, did you even like look at the state of the wall before painting it? Did you not think that all these like lumps and bumps should have been sanded? Is that not what I paid you for? Like and I'm quite a confrontational person, obviously. I'm quite comfortable with challenging people, but a lot of people aren't. A lot of people would just suck it up and hand over the money and not. And I think maybe having...
But that's like the, are you happy with your meal, sir? Or madam, isn't it? Like a lot of us will go, oh yeah, it's lovely, when we didn't really like it.
Yeah, and I
think that
think
mentality in this country, haven't we?
Yeah, British people really don't like confrontation. I think having maybe like a softer point of contact to say, actually what they've done here is not how I want it. It doesn't look right. The pipes are wonky, whatever.
I like the way she looked at me then and said the pipes are wonky.
I've seen your work. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, like maybe that would be a service of value to people who don't feel so comfortable challenging strangers, challenging the tradies who know better, who may not be open so much to feedback. Also, I'm straddling these 2 very different worlds, this kind of I wouldn't quite call it sex work, but the sex industry, and then also like the tradie industry.
Do they ever cross over?
I think there's a lot of common themes. Not the common themes. There's lots of points of conversation. So, for example,
It's like, do you take any like pictures of you doing the DIY scantily clad?
Not really, no.
No.
I haven't done that much DIY recently, to be honest. But yeah, so when I have been in this alternative world, and also in the neurodivergent world and single woman world and whatever, as I've been getting into DIY, getting into doing handywoman jobs for other people, offering my services in the DIY space, it's people from this alternative space who are jumping at me and saying, I would not feel comfortable with strange men in the house. Maybe they don't have the family contacts or the friend contacts to help them with X. I did a tiling job for queer friends, and they've been putting off this small job. It was like 2 day, and we were chatting a lot. It was 1 day's worth of work, really. They put it off for 5 years because they didn't know a tiler. But to invite a strange man into their space who probably would be absolutely fine with their lifestyle.
Are they male or female?
Trans man.
Right.
So born woman, transitioned into a man.
Yeah.
And
That's another topic as well. Isn't
yeah.
it?
and their husband. So they married when my friend identified as a woman and now identifies as a man. So they've gone through that transition together. They just didn't feel comfortable bringing a strange person, into the household. Maybe whoever came into the household wouldn't be aware of their lifestyle before they came in and would be uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. They just didn't want the discomfort in the house.
Yeah.
So to find out that I could now do this job for them, they jumped at it. I did the work. And then off the back of that, I got offered 2 more jobs from queer people because, there's no fear of judgment or discomfort. From
word of mouth.
Yeah, from the sex industry side of things, women who are selling subscriptions and services, making a lot of money, selling socks for £300, one of them, dirty socks for £300.
I got shitloads of them.
Yeah. A tradesperson who has access to their entire home, their private space. Imagine if they managed to get their hands on one of their toys or a pair of their knickers out of the laundry basket. They might not even notice that's gone, but that could then be sold on. It's quite a vulnerable place to let a stranger into your home, whoever that stranger is, and give them kind of free reign to your space. And in this world where there's a lot of single people, I have a lot of single women friends who are like, one selling a house and was getting really upset with the estate agents because they kept sending single men buyers to look at her house without an estate agent with them. Like, you're just sending a stranger whose name I don't know, whose background I don't know, to walk around my house and my bedroom.
That's a bit,
poke around my stuff.
That's too intrusive.
It's quite intrusive, and she didn't feel comfortable at all with it. And that's not me saying tradesmen are terrible or men are dangerous. It's just when you've lived in a world where you've experienced a certain level of Russian roulette, there's only a bullet in one of the 20 guns.
If there's 10 blokes, one of them's going to be a little bit sinister.
Maybe.
Possibly.
But you can't tell by looking at them.
Of course you can't. No.
So then you're nervous about all the men or all the guns in the game of Russian roulette. And so that is not like a blanket judgment. It's just, when there's this nervousness, there is no nervousness around me so much. Like, because, maybe...
Well, you're not making me nervous. I feel quite comfortable.
Yeah. No, I only make people nervous when they pay me to make them nervous. Like...
I got a few quid in my pocket.
So, I think it's great that women are getting into trades, and I want to embrace that. I want to encourage that, and I want to normalise not just trades, but DIY.
Yeah.
Empower everyone to go into B&Q and pick up what they need. You know, ask dumb questions and not feel silly. Someone commented the other day, they're a man and they don't know DIY, but they're too embarrassed to ask for help or hire tradies for simple jobs because
they don't want to be looked down upon.
Yeah, they feel emasculated by it. And I was like, you shouldn't feel like that. Like, it's this whole idea of men should do blue jobs, men should do the tradie jobs, and girls should do the cook. It's 2026. Like, it's over, right? Like, we can all move on from that.
But in saying that, though, I think we should all be pretty self-sufficient.
It'd be good if you can do everything, right?
Yeah, we should all
no
be,
one can do
to an
everything.
extent,
Yeah.
should all be pretty self-sufficient.
Yeah.
It's like, if you got a car, right?
Yeah.
Technically, I think you should be able to check the oil. I
Yeah.
think you should be able to check the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not coming down to male, female or anything. You should be able to pop the bonnet. You should be able to look at the oil, look at the water, and maybe just change the tyre.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think
I was thinking about the other day.
You're in charge of a motor vehicle on the road. You should be able to maintain it to a degree. So if you do break down, you can sort it. Like, or at least get over the common issue. Do you know what I mean? Of a flat
100%.
tyre or something. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, my dad taught me those things. We lived in the countryside.
There you go.
I was doing
Yeah.
pub shifts late at night. I could have broke down, could have blown a tyre. I had to know how to change a tyre by the side of the road in the dark.
Yeah.
Like, so my dad taught me that at 17, but not everyone was taught that.
No,
or
but
had the person to teach
and
them that.
But that's the thing. If my daughters are going out with a fella and they're in a car, I want to know that they're safe with him, and that if they do get a puncture, he's able to sort it or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think that's necessarily being sexist or anything like that. I just think it's life. I just think it's life skills in it. It's like everyone should be able to swim. Do you know,
It's good to have that skill, but you don't have
to
to do it if you don't want to.
And it's hard for everyone to do everything.
I get that. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to draw a line and be like, do you know what, that one, not for me.
Because some people are not that way inclined. Some people are awkward when they deal with tools, aren't they? They're just awkward.
And
So
some
when you
don't
see
want
someone
to.
pick up a set of groups and it's
You use them
You
the
can
wrong
just-
way still, didn't you? I bet.
So my brother-in-law, he has 2 jobs, and he would prefer to do overtime and pay someone to do stuff around the house.
Right.
He's not interested.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
He was raised by a single mum, and
Do you know what? If I had the money, if I had loads of money, I would employ tradesmen. I wouldn't get dirty anymore.
Yeah.
I'd be like, if I won the lottery tomorrow and I want to buy a house,
Yeah.
right, and I had to do loads of work, I'd phone my mate up as a builder and go, come around, sort this out, do it. I'm not getting involved. Get your own fucking plumber. I'm not doing it anymore. Do you know what I mean? If I had the money to do it, I probably wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? But I think just general little stuff. Oh, shit.
I think I'd do my own DIY if I was a millionaire, but I'd definitely have a cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck cleaning.
Damn.
But I think it's like, you know, you do what you can handle. You take care of what you can take care of. And if you have to delegate some stuff or like outsource some stuff, like that's fine. But it's nice to have basic skills. And I think a lot of people, I think we're roughly the same age, like mid-30s.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate that. You don't know how much that means to me.
Not Pete.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll put it in the same
That's
like,
a compliment. isn't
Yeah,
it,
there.
Pete?
Mid-30s, I like that. I'm mid-40s.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The toupee looks good, really.
Great call. Love it. Brilliant.
So yeah, I think a lot of people have not been taught some basic home maintenance skills. But where are they going to learn it?
Yeah.
School, from parents. You know, we're getting to an age now where,
What do they learn in school? A pencil case.
trigonometry, which I'm sure is great
I'm
for
talking about technology.
Hoovering.
Yeah, we made a box or a spinning top. All right. And here's an ashtray. That's it. That's going to get you through life. That. It should be like some things like where they drill holes, show you how to drill a hole in a wall, put a raw plug in the wall, put a screw in the wall, attach a bracket. That's such an easy job, to be fair. If you break it down,
Yeah.
and they taught you that in school, that'd be a life skill. They'd be like, I know how to pick a drill up and drill a hole in the wall.
Not make a wooden box.
Not make a wooden box. Where does that get you?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I mean,
health and safety, isn't it? They can't be
curtains
bringing
up.
multi-tools and angle grinders into schools, which is such a shame because
They
it's
have
actually useful
drills,
stuff.
don't they?
Put
They
some
have
shelves
drills.
up
They have
or
like drills
curtain.
on like the one of them ones, something like that. Oh, maybe, yeah. Kids would start drilling each other, wouldn't they, and stuff. I remember I got a solder iron in the end. Some kid was taking the piss out of me and I punched him and he stuck the solder iron up. It dug straight in my hand. I told you that before, don't I?
No, you didn't.
You know, made a great big hole in my hand. And I felt a bit faint. I went to the office. I went, what? The teacher went, what's that? What have you done? Oh, no, I was just waving my hands about and pulled solder iron just went in my hand. Still got a scar there now. I went to the office and I looked at it after I'd uncovered it and it's great.
Robbie, cut this bit out.
It was just deep. You like, felt ill. Really fainted in the office. Before I get that one out.
But yeah, I think like the point is I've learned so much in 12 months doing 1 4-day course, asking questions, asking people on Reddit. Reddit was great. I put like a profile picture of me in a leather dress on Reddit and then started asking questions on DIY forums.
And you was inundated
with very helpful advice and super grateful for that. And that was kind of my entry into it all. And I think it can feel overwhelming when people want to start getting into this stuff, and also, the cost of tools and which wall plugs and which screw, and it just gets overwhelming and people don't know where to start. But it's just not that hard. And I think the more people that are online doing DIY and sharing their videos and sharing their journey will hopefully just empower more people to just give it a crack, even if it's not professional standard. Even if you have to drill the hole 3 times, we'll just cover it with the picture.
Yeah.
We'll teach you how to fill it after. It's fine.
I think brilliant. I've
enjoyed this conversation.
I've enjoyed it. It's been non-stop. Very inspiring to people who want to get into the DIY side of things and look at improving themselves that way or other and other aspects and stuff.
Well,
why not? Open-minded.
Well, we're starting up a Patreon, aren't we, later?
Maybe.
I'll subscribe.
Check out Emma, the Pocket Rocket. She's on Instagram, and is that the same on Patreon? Is it as well?
So I've got a smutty Instagram page, which is Not Your Pocket Rocket.
Oh right, okay.
And then the link tree's on both, which can get you through, give you a little discount code of off the job.
Set up a discount code.
But mostly focus on the DIY stuff, because the DIY stuff, my transition into a career of handy woman project management is going to stick around far longer than my ass pitch.
Oh yeah, that was going to say,
maybe
what
get
is
the ass
the goals?
pitches while they're
what
hot.
Is the long-term goals?
It's to transition my career. I don't exactly know what the future holds at this point. I want to get through this renovation, but I think it is moving towards being a handy woman, doing floor fitting. I actively don't want a fixed plan. I find it really
Just go
hard.
with it.
Do you think we're in that period now of like city professionals, right?
Yeah.
Like yourself and that are now transitioning from that domain into the trades world, DIY world, trades world sort of thing? Because like I said to you earlier, when I went through college, year 2001, whatever it was, there was a lot of city professionals, ex-traders, coming into the plumbing college and doing courses because they were done with that side of, and do you know what I mean? Do you see that happening a lot more now?
Yeah, I think the pay gap between blue collar and white collar work is closing in some ways. I think a lot of white collar jobs are disappearing in the traditional sense. AI, systems. You guys have got an app. Have you got an app? You share the app. Stuff like that is, the admin is much less than it used to be. A lot of stuff is automated now. I also think that people are seeking like a different kind of fulfillment. People aren't graduating school and doing the same thing for 50 years. I've been in the civil service in some format as a contractor or as an employee for 7 years. That's a lot. But I've still got 5 more of those to go before I can realistically retire. So I can have several careers. And I think it's now, the side hustle culture, and I want to build like a varied career. I don't want to do just one job 5 days a week. I want to see what I can create that is more flexible and dynamic. And I think, we're all going to be working till we die at this rate.
And that's your character, because like you said earlier, you didn't want to be the housewife at home and just doing the mundane stuff.
No, I get bored.
Yeah. So, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with actually doing and explore and more variety of life.
And like I always wanted to do the rental property thing, and the way that materials costs, labour costs, property prices are going, like if anyone wants to do that, you can't just buy a house, rent it out and become a millionaire. It's not how it works anymore.
No.
Like you've actually got to put some graft into it. Like people can't afford tradespeople anymore. So they're having to learn DIY. Like the world is just a changing place. And now the doors are opening for women in trades, and it's becoming pretty normal actually for women to go into trade
We're
school.
big advocates for ladies in the trades.
I
there's
think
a lot.
it's fab. Like, and okay, I was with a carpet fitter a few weeks ago. Like, couldn't get the carpet off. Couldn't pick the carpet up. Like, it's heavy. I stacked it down some stairs when he shuffled because I'm just so light.
Well, in your house, was it?
No. Yeah, there was nearly another splat.
Yeah.
There are going to be things that are limiting factors.
Yeah.
If you are a little person like me, man or woman, and you have to be realistic. And I'm coming into this world at a later age. 35 is,
No, us 35-year-olds.
Yeah.
Same age,
Yeah.
1990.
I keep saying I'm having a midlife crisis, and people are like, "No, you're too young." I'm like, "Well, how old do you think I'm going to live to?" Like, no, I am having a midlife crisis.
I don't call them midlife crises. I call them awakenings.
Midlife awakening. And that's it. And I have to be realistic that my body is not going to probably get much fitter. Like I'm kind of fighting decline at this point biologically. So I have to be realistic. I can't plan for a career where I'm going to be hauling boilers and on my hands and knees 5 days a week. That's just going to cause me a lot of pain. So that's, another reason why I'm looking at more of a varied career to balance that. And I've hung out with tradies and I've apprenticed and laboured, and they're all saying, "Oh, my knees are wrecked, my back's wrecked, my ears are wrecked." And then they're hauling 500 kilograms of carpet upstairs on their own, not wearing ear defenders while working with loud tools. And I'm like, I think there's possibly coming into trades later being able to be more critical about which ones I pick that will work for me personality-wise and physically, and also being old enough and smart enough to take care of my body through the process. I think it's a real benefit coming into it later.
Yeah.
And just being able to know who I am, what makes me tick, and pick something rather than just picking something when I was 16. I was so dumb as a teenager and in my 20s. Like for a smart person, I was really dumb. So now I can be a bit more smart about it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Oh, fair play to you.
See where this midlife crisis goes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, follow Emma, Pocket Rocket. Guys, if you would like to subscribe and follow us as well, Robbie put it up on there as he usually does. But for now, Emma, that was a wonderful podcast. And
Slightly different to your other guests, but
Our
I appreciate
longest
you
one
having
in
me.
the
That's what we like. We like different.
Yeah.
We like different. And we like inspiration. So thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. Cheers.
Right, see you later, guys.